Hi, and welcome to Bite Size Business School. My name is Brett, and I want to go over a spreadsheet that can help increase your revenues. And I really think this is the only spreadsheet that you need to increase your business revenues. So you may be wondering, well, what's so special about this spreadsheet? So here's a post that I have which will explain that, and this will be linked below the video. And I go through a few different points, and really the spreadsheet is about visualizing your goals. So if you have, for example, a spreadsheet now that you work with, and it may be something simple that you just plug in, say a yearly goal, and then there's a little bit of breakdown of how to achieve it. What's going to be different about this spreadsheet is that you have that goal broken down by day, and then you have it as well broken down by week and month, so you can see what your day-to-day activities are doing to help you reach your ultimate end goal, which is some yearly goal. So it's not a far off goal, such as just a yearly goal, an annual goal. It's broken down so that you're basically right there with it, interacting with it every day. So the spreadsheet is very interactive, and I go through in this post and I explain a few different things going on with the spreadsheet, but we're going to jump into it and see how it works. And up here at the top, I've got a link, so you can click right here, and that will bring you to the spreadsheet. So here we are. So what you want to do whenever you come here is click File and make a copy. So I am just going to do something like this and do Demo. Click OK. All right, so there it is. Then I have the spreadsheet here. So the way this works is that up here is the yearly goal. So it's going to be different for everyone most likely. I've started off with 50,000. You can change this to whatever you want. Then you can see this is what you need to make every month to hit that goal. This is what you need to make a week, and this is what you need to make every day to hit that goal. And down here, looking through the spreadsheet, it's broken out into weeks. And let's see here, we have week 1, week 2, and it looks like this right here probably needs to be incremented so that we have week 3, and then down here we would have week 4. This is for June of 2017. So whenever you go to, say, July, you'll just do File, Make Copy, and rename it to -July, for example, instead of what I have here is Demo. And you would go through and you would update the dates inside of these as well. And all you need to do is change the first day of each week, because down here are going to be formulas, so it's going to automatically change the other dates. Okay, so the way this works is depending on whatever the task is that you do in your business. So if you do writing, if you are getting royalties from courses that you have online, if you do coaching, once you complete that particular task, you'll make an entry for whatever that day is. So this right here is client A-job 1. This might be coaching with some client, so you'd put in specifically what it is, but it's following this format of the client, or if it's B2B, whatever the business name is, then dash, and some kind of small description, so that way you can identify what exactly this was. So in 6-1 for this business, they completed some job, and it was worth $100. Now, they're not getting paid that right then and there, because it could even be like a net 30 terms on this. So they invoice their customer, and the customer has 30 days to pay it. So they are really tracking, I've completed the work, and tracking their goal of hitting the weekly goal. So right here, we have the actual, which adds all of this up. And then right here is the goal. And if we look at the top, this is calculating off of 3 days for the week. You can see the weekly goal is 961, which over here, these are full weeks, so they have the full weekly goal. But this one here is only 3 days, so it's just partial goal. So this business has gone through, it's finished this work, which they're actually over their goal for this particular week. So again, they're going to get paid. They may get paid immediately, depending on what the arrangement is with that customer. They may get paid a few days later. They may get paid 30 days later. What they're tracking is their progress, their ability to meet these goals. The money will follow. That's not a concern. What we're really tracking is your ability to meet the financial goals for however you're breaking it down. You may be looking at it by week. So you would look at meeting each of these weekly goals because you're maybe not necessarily hitting the daily goal every single time. And hitting the weekly goals will ultimately hit the annual goal. Again, even if you're not getting paid right then and there, the money follows fairly quickly. So you may come up just a little bit short of your annual goal because there's a lag in what you're getting paid, but you know your productivity is there. You know you have the ability to meet that goal. And so if we scroll through, these are the final few weeks. It would just follow the same exact process. And then over here we have a summarization of what's actually going on. This is going to be calculated in real time. So as you're going through each of these weeks, you can see what the actual is as compared to the goal. Then down here, the delta, that's just the difference between your monthly goal and what the actual is. So you can see where you are, how far are you behind. Then as you accumulate expenses, you want to add those in. Then you can see after expenses, because of course you need to factor your expenses in. Then you get the real amount here. So this right here is comparing revenue. So it's comparing actual revenues without expenses, so you can see how you're hitting that. And then you may decide on expenses, can you clamp down some on your expenses, or maybe distribute them a little bit more across different months rather than buying, say, whatever it may be. You may be buying online courses rather than buying 5 in 1 month. Can you spread that out over maybe 5 months and lower your overall expenses so your net income, in other words, your profit, is higher? And that is basically how this works. So again, we're going through in real time, entering in these jobs. So as you complete the job, you enter in the amount that it's worth. You'll see it on against your actual weekly goal. You'll see it against your monthly goal, and you'll have an idea if you're on track or not to hit your annual goal, which is up here. And see, you can see some of these have blank spaces, so there's no date right here. That just means 2 jobs occurred on this one day. On 6/7, there were 2 jobs. And that's just a matter of over here, you can right click and do insert below, and that will insert this blank space. Of course, it will push this one down, and that's fine because it just picks up down here and keeps going. Now, looking at these dates, when you enter in the first one, so if you're going to another month, maybe July, of course you would have a 7, whatever the date is, and these will recalculate. And you can look right here and you can see the formula. So that way you know that these particular cells, when you see the formula up here, they're actually doing these calculations. And over here, we can see goal, which is just set to B2, cell B2, which is this right here. But then as we get into this delta, you can see there's a calculation up here. So it's doing the subtraction. So you don't want to change the ones that actually have the calculations in them. And really all you're going to do is change the yearly and then do your entries and right click on any of these and do an insert above or below and do your dates as well. And then you'll see down here what the end result of any of that is. And you'll be pretty amazed at what effect this has on you. So if you've never done anything like this, when you get involved with your goals and your goals are right there interacting with you every day, they become very real. So it's not just, for example, you've got $50,000 written on your wall and pasted and you see it every day. I mean, that's nice to do. But whenever you're able to interact with it and see how your efforts are getting closer to that goal and seeing what the progress is, you're going to want to go out there and try to drum up new business and push harder and try to figure out ways to meet these weekly goals and try to figure out, how do I meet that monthly goal? Because that's the only way you're ever going to actually reach whatever that annual goal is, by consistently pushing and seeing how close you're getting, what your progress is. You want all that feedback because then you have a better understanding of how well you work, where your shortcomings are, and where your strengths are, and you really get to know a lot about yourself and how hard you're trying to reach that goal. So I hope this will help. I think it will. I think you'll see a big difference in your business and some realizations of how you can reach these annual goals. They're extremely important to have. And once you're able to start interacting with them in real time using the spreadsheet, you'll certainly be getting on your way to reaching that goal. And again, I'll have the link to this post here that you can reach the spreadsheet. And this is just in the blog on Bite Size Business School. So here's the blog here at the top. You can always click there and you'll be able to find these. Now, there's a section on the website as well that's dedicated to business finances. So if I go up here and do business-finance, you can see this section here has a few different posts that are dedicated to different business finance related topics, and there's going to be more that's getting added there. So this is a great section to find this kind of information in. Although their Bite-Sized Business School has a lot of business finance postings, so you'll find quite a few of them there just by looking through the blog. And on the homepage, there's the latest post here, and usually I'll have some topic related specifically to digging into business finances. And on the homepage, here's the blog link right here, and that way you'll be able to get into the blog. I'd also suggest that you sign up to the newsletter, which you can do here. That'll bring up this page. Usually there's some sort of incentive to join the newsletter, so you'll get that right now. It's the Entrepreneur's Guide to Info Product Marketing, and whenever I put new posts up, I also send out information about quarterly taxes, different things like that, to keep you in the loop, make sure you're staying on top of them. So the newsletter is certainly beneficial in addition to just reading the blog. And again, my name is Brett from Bite-Sized Business School.